Hey guys, King Charles here to be your judge, your jury, and your analyst. And today I bring to you PV, the best team for Element Cup Remix according to PvPoke.com. So PvPoke.com made this really effective team. It features Wailmer as an incredibly spicy pick. So PvPoke's best spice pick in Wailmer is actually really freaking good, and you're going to see it water gun its way to victory in the Shoutcast, and it's really nuts. This features Wailmer in the lead, Chikorita in the safe switch, and Slugma to close out. This very much operates like the Slugma 2 shield strat like I showed you before, with a little more fast smooth pressure with Wailmer, and it's very interesting. But yeah, it actually does really well, and it Wailmer of all things. But before we get started with the Shoutcast, this is going to be my therapist mental health tip of the day. As usual, you can skip this by going through the chapters. But a lot of you like that piece on self-love, so I'm going to continue that for today's therapist mental health tip. It's going to be 7 ways to cultivate self-love. As usual, this is by Psych Central. I love Psych Central because their website allows you, everything is medically reviewed by either licensed clinicians or mental health specialists or other specialists in the field. So all these articles are reviewed and cleared by medical or mental health professionals. Well, technically medical professionals, but mental health professionals or other scientific, like I said, other scientific personnel or certified. Now, most of us seek someone to love or love us. We don't think about cultivating self-love or realize that love originates within. You may seek relationships, but research suggests that singles are actually happier than married people. What? Yep, as someone that's actually done couples and marriage therapy. Holy mother of God. Unless you're happily married, it's really tough. And even being happily married dwindles over time. A new study shows that on average, after the first year, spouses return their baseline state of happiness prior to the marriage on the first freaking year. So yeah, it's freaking interesting just how happiness as individuals actually matters a lot more than you think it would. So definitely take a look at this article. So it breaks down all of these, but in general, you do better stress management, better sleep, which is something I'm really hoping I get tonight because my sleep has been really off because of what's been going on lately. So I'm really looking to get my sleep schedule back on track. Better heart health, and longer lives, improved self-esteem, greater happiness, and lower risk of depression if you can cultivate self-love. There's a lot. The 7 are over here, and one of the big ones that got to me is definitely this one, practicing gratitude or self-love visualizations. Actually, you can enhance love with visualization. Better breathe in and out of the center of your chest. Imagine like open a door or flower. Picture pink or green light flowing into you as you focus on beauty and things you are grateful for. Say loving affirmations. Send this up to those you care about, to yourself, and to those in need, and to the planet. For example, for running 5 or 6 miles for my cardio, I literally say like I listen to "Somewhere I Belong" by Linkin Park. It's an amazing song, and it tells you all like to literally let go and become everything you can be and to be enough. And yes, it's absolutely amazing. So "Somewhere I Belong" by Linkin Park, great song, and I literally did that visualization while running 5 or 6 miles a day, and it's helping a lot. So hopefully you love this tip. Hopefully this article does help you out, and without further ado, this is the best spice pick for the Element Cup Remix, are literally the best, PvPoke's best Element Cup Remix team. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here are the battles. We have Wailmer versus Slugma. You'll win this lead really hard. So, what we're gonna do, well, not really hard to be honest with you, but as you see, we get a seal onto Chikorita. Here's the problem. That's a shiny seal. Shinies are confirmed to not do more damage, but yo, that's a sweet shiny seal. I'm going to shield this because I know it's an Icy Wind, and then I'm going to go straight Grass Knot. I'm anticipating my opponent's going to think I'm going to try to bait with Body Slam just because they have 2 shields, but you are wrong. I'm going to summon all the vines from the earth right here, and as you see, it will insta-KO a freaking seal despite being -1. We get Slugma back in, and we're just going to go straight Body Slam here. So we took out Seal, and now we're going to do a bunch of chip damage against Slugma. Fun fact, even though it's -1, as you see there, Body Slam does a ton of damage. Just because Slugma is insanely squishy. It's like, you know, it's like a little plush, you know, it's like Nezuko in Demon Slayer when she turns out Chibi mode, and then you're like, oh wait, she's like absolutely adorable. So, if you got my Demon Slayer reference, we can be friends. As you see, they're going to fire this Flame Charge or a Rock Slide. I'm going to shield here though, anticipating it's a Rock Slide, and I'm going to do Water Gun down. So even though I don't have any shields left, All we're going to do is Body Slam here. I'm anticipating my opponent's probably not going to shield. And then what we can do is we can send in Slugma to just go ahead and Vine Whip down. And they actually shield. And I'm like, oh, I'm impressed. I want them to blow their energy here. They're probably going to fire a Mirror Coat me. And then I can send in Slugma. So Slugma won't die to one Bubble Beam at this range. But they actually fire a Bubble Beam. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. Because with that being said, now I can send in Slugma and throw a bunch of rocks at your poor freaking Dewpider. And this is pretty much game. Seriously, Bubble Beam will do like almost 40% of my HP, but it doesn't really matter here because all I have to do is Rock Throw down, and then I have enough for a Rock Slide. I'm gonna fire my Rock Slide right away. I didn't even need to do this, but you know what? Always go for the safer win condition, and we're just gonna dump a bunch of rocks on our opponent, and that's game. What really cost my opponent was not calling the Grass Knot, because they could have shielded their way through there and would have a lot more play. But losing entire seal matters. Now we have Whalmer versus Fomantis. This is actually a terrible lead for us. So how did I win this one? I do not know, because the thing is Fomantis will actually get to a Leaf Blade insanely fast because of Fury Cutter. I have the shield. Leaf Blade will outright just absolutely eviscerate and annihilate Whalmer. My game plan here is to do a ton of chip damage with Body Slam and hoping that they don't shield. But let's be real here. What do? They shield. So I send in Slugma to go ahead and Rock Throw down. And our opponent actually stays in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually eat this Leaf Blade and see how much damage it does. And it does like 30% of its HP. I'm like, oh my. And then I see a Kabuto and I'm like, wait, what? A Kabuto? A freaking Kabuto? And I'm like, I'm just like so dumbfounded right now because I'm like, yo, that's spicy, but like, the thing is your double, like, Chikorita is double super effective against Kabuto. So I could just farm it down. And then we got a Slugma in the back. Here's the problem with Slugma though. All I have to do is I'm going to Body Slam my way to Oblivion, and they actually don't shield here, which is a huge mistake on their part. Because guess what? I can get to another Body Slam. All I'm going to do is take this last shield, and then I'm hoping I can Water Gun my opponent down. Because they have no energy. And as you see, I'm going to send in my Whalmer, and Water Gun, despite being resisted by this Fomantis, as you see here, I'm going to be able to Water Gun down for the dub. So, despite losing the lead and shield pressure, somehow, someway, Water Gun Whalmer is able to take us to the promised land. And as you see here, I don't even fire a move because the Water Gun pressure is insane. And I was like, whoa, that was really, that was insane. That was insanity. Like, holy crap, I was like, wow. Whalmer's actually really good. Lord PV poke like a whale. Whalmer is like the last thing I would expect to be like really good for this cup. It's spicy. It's Thanos' brain if it's shiny. And it also loses to a Chikorita in the lead. So what do we do here? We're going to mirror with our own Chikorita. The thing about this is that this is terrible. Because they have one Vine Whip ahead. So what I'm hoping to do here is I'm hoping that they actually don't shield anything. And they're not shielding anything. So I'm like, okay, cool. So they sent in a Tepig, so I'm going to keep Body Slamming my way to victory over here, trying to do as much chip damage as possible. In hopes that my opponent just saves their shield and they die with 2 shields. So, that looks like it's going to happen. So all I'm going to do is I'm trying to Vine Whip. I'm able to get to one more Body Slam here. This will likely take their shield because they're going to want to preserve their Tepig's energy. And I do. So I'm going to send in Whalmer now. Whalmer should be able to eat whatever's coming in, a Body Slam, and all we're going to do is save both of our shields for Slugma. I'm anticipating that Slugma 2 shield strat is the way to go here, and we're going to manifest the Slugma 2 shield strat. As you see, Body Slam goes off. It does literally half of its HP to Thanos' brain, and now I can send in Slugma to happily just go ahead and Rock Throw the unholy heck out of my opponent. So I'm waiting to switch in, as you see here, and then I'm just waiting, and bam, we get a Vulpix, and this is game. Because all I have to do is literally Rock Throw my opponent down. I don't even have to shield anything. Or I have shields, and it's game over. They send in Chikorita. I'm going to fire this Flame Charge though, just so that I can get that extra Rock Throw damage. Try to fire Flame Charge as much as you can. As you see here, opponent is about to die with 2 shields. Literally about to die with 2 shields. And they just give up. And that's GG. So that was absolute rock. That was like, do you smell what the rock is cooking? No, you do not. Because, well, technically that works. You know what I mean? I'm a WWE fan. And Slugma's a fire type, so that catchphrase actually works out. You know what doesn't work though? This Wooper, because Wooper is actually able to Body Slam us to death in this matchup. So my idea here is I'm going to stay in, and then I want Chikorita to go ahead and farm in the back row. So as you see, Mud Bomb goes off, and that does a lot of damage. I'm like, yo, that did a lot more than I was expecting. No, seriously, that did a lot more than I was expecting. Body slams are going to go off here, and then we're likely going to lose this lead because I'm going to try to snipe in. I lose alignment, and I try to snipe my opponent down by hitting them with those Vine Whips, because Vine Whip is double super effective, and we fail. The good thing is I get some extra energy here, and I'm able to body slam and do some heavy damage against Dewpider. I probably should have grass knotted, but it's okay. I'm going to let this go. This is probably going to be a bubble beam, and then I should be able to just rack up this body slam damage. So trying to body slam as much as I can. I already know I have to deal with a near dead Wooper. So you probably heard this, but Burger King is good. There's a lot better burger chains out there, but definitely Wooper is not one of them. I will not go to Burger King for my first choice. That's how much I love food, and you're hearing another food reference. I sent in Thanos, well, not Thanos, Whalmer. I sent in our big Whalmer, and then my strategy here is to just 2 shield Slugma strat. 2 shield Slugma strat. That's all we're going to do here. Our opponent will carry their shields to the Shadow Realm and onto the next battle. As you see, we're just going to rock throw them down. And this is so satisfying. Because my opponent just realized, like, oh, I have a lot of damage on me. Yep, your Vulpix is going to go ahead and get rock thrown down. And all I have to do is literally just tap, 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 tap my way to victory. I'm going to shield this, and literally my opponent is literally about to drop both of their shields. This is freaking hilarious. Vulpix goes down, and then all I have to do is just shield this again, and then I should be able to rock throw for the dub because that Wooper doesn't have the energy to get to another body slam. And sure enough, it doesn't even have body slam. So it didn't matter though. Our opponent dies with 2 shields, and we take the dub. That's how we do it here when King of Charmanders uses rock throw. And now we got Dewpider versus Whalmer. This is a terrible lead for us. So I'm going to swap in a Chikorita. And they swap in a Vulpix. This is really bad. The saving grace is that they swapped into me so that I actually have one Vine Whip worth of energy ahead. So we're going to body slam here in hopes that I do enough damage and just absolutely just take out this Vulpix and do a lot of heavy damage. Do a lot of heavy damage. I'm doing my best. So I'm doing everything I can. Body slams go through. I know they have that one quick attack worth of energy, but Chikorita is still able to do a decent amount of damage with body slam. And because they're not carrying Ember, which is great, they're not doing these quick attacks aren't doing super effective damage. I'm going to shield this one. My idea here is to break both of their shields, and then I'm going to send in Whalmer to actually just try to water gun down and snipe down this Vulpix. That's my game plan. So if my opponent's too slow, as you see, I'm going to switch in and try to water gun down. And my opponent swaps out, and they're like, oh no, I'm going to go water gun down. And sure enough, they do. They manage to get the switch. So all we're going to do is body slam. Here's the thing though. That Vulpix is 1 rock throw away from death. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to try to rock. I'm literally just setting myself up to do as much fast chip damage as much as possible. Because this Dewpider is going to fire likely a Mirror Coat. Hopefully I can get to this other body slam. If not, I'm just going to send this Slugma to rock throw down. Mirror Coat goes through. And I try to get to my body slam, but I'm unable to. I'm going to send in Slugma, and we're literally just going to rock throw down for the dub. And our opponent's going to send in another Vulpix, but that's okay because Slugma can live a body slam. And we get a Growlithe. And all I have to do to win this match is fire off this Rock Slide because that's an Ember Growlithe. And then I should be able to just Vine Whip down that poor little... I'm just going to Vine Whip down the poor little freaking Vulpix in the back. They has to blow its energy here. Vulpix is nearly dead. All we got to do is whip it, literally whip it out, and that sounds so wrong. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the battles. I hope you see that Lord PV Poke's team is actually incredibly... This is PV Poke's best team for the freaking Olympic Cup Remix, and as you see, it did amazing, and I hope y'all enjoyed the shoutcast. And that's game. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Yes, Whalmer, as you see, is a pretty insane pick. Despite the fact you've lost lead, that water gun pressure actually really does matter, and it's really nuts just how body slam and water gun work in tandem. It really is. It's incredible. But I hope you guys enjoyed the battles. Scarlet and Violet content will be out coming soon. I'm trying to see if I can post both PvP and Pogo stuff. I mean, Pogo and Scarlet and Violet stuff at the same time. I'm gonna try to do like a half and half, or like you're gonna see a Pogo and a Scarlet and Violet video all on the same day. So I'm just trying to rack up a bunch of content. Let me know what you would like on the comments. Like I plan on doing shiny hunts. I plan on doing a speed run of the game to see how fast I can actually clear Scarlet and Violet, like a speed run, and just see what I can do once I get all that information down. Shiny hunting and just general things that like top 5 things you don't know or things like that. So let me know what you like in the comments. I posted this video, or I'm making this video so that hopefully I have a wrestling tournament at a place that's an hour and 5 minutes away from tomorrow for a girls tournament. It's gonna be a long day. Wrestling tournaments are very, very long. For those of you who have wrestled, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This one's a place that's gonna be really far, and it's gonna be really freaking long. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be the first time I see my girls varsity wrestle, but our JV girls, I've seen them wrestle before, so I hopefully can corner them well, but we'll see what happens. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully they do well, and even then, if they don't do well, that's fine. I don't care about winning or losing. I just want girls to be safe, want them to be healthy, and hope they have a great time, and I look forward to seeing them perform as a coach. So I'm really excited for tomorrow. But after that, Sunday, you'll probably see Scarlet and Violet video come out for the first time, and I'm super excited. So all the support you give me on Pokemon Go PvP, I hope you give me the same support for Scarlet and Violet. And I'm actually pretty funny when I have no filter on, but we'll see what happens. So I hope y'all are doing well. Go season is almost over. You literally have a few more weeks until season 13, and it's still the same thing, but we'll see what happens. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the rest of the season, or you're playing Scarlet and Violet, either one. Either way, I hope y'all are doing great. Make sure y'all take that self-love into consideration, because I'm probably going to do that as a mental health tip for like the next 3 days. But yes, good luck on your Go Galaxies, and I will see y'all on the next video.